Hello and welcome everyone to a new video on our YouTube channel. So in today's video we're going to be showing you how to replace the differential bushings on this 2005 BMW X3, so stick around. So the main symptom is some clunking sound coming from the rear end when switching from park to drive or to reverse. So we're going to start by jacking the car up and taking a look from the bottom side. As you can see here we have the main rear differential bushing, the big one, and as you can see all the cracks in it, so it definitely needs to be replaced. So we're gonna have to remove the exhaust and the drive shaft, drop the differential down in order to reach it. We're gonna start by unbolting the two front flanges of the exhaust. Then we're gonna unbolt the hanger bracket in the middle of the car and unbolt the four nuts that hold the rear muffler. With that done, we can drop the exhaust system and remove it out of the way. Gonna slide it out of the way so we have more room to work. Now we're gonna remove some bolts and screws to remove the heat shield out of the way so we can access the drive shaft. Here we have the drive shaft where it connects to the transfer case. We're gonna remove only 3 bolts and keep the guibo attached to the drive shaft. Now we're gonna remove the 4 E12 bolts that hold the drive shaft to the differential. Then we're gonna remove the 2 nuts that hold the center support bearing on. Then we're gonna have to drop the spare tire and its holder. We're gonna remove some junk out of the way in order to reach its mechanism. Now we're gonna unscrew this holder. Then we're gonna lift this lever, spin it around and drop it down to drop the spare tire. We can access the spare tire and remove it out of the way. There are 3 13mm bolts that we need to remove. As you can see, you can access them from the bottom side. This holds the bracket on. We need to remove it so we have more working space and easier access to the differential bushing. This is where the differential mounts to the bushing. It has a 21mm bolt and a nut on the other side. We're gonna remove the nut for the time being, but we're gonna keep the bolt so it holds the weight of the differential. Now we're gonna remove all the E12 bolts that holds the axle shafts to the differential. Spinning the axles around to access all the bolts, then holding it with the handbrake. So in order to drop the axles, we're gonna have to unbolt this sway bar. As you can see, both axles are unbolted, but we can't drop them because they are hanging on the sway bar. We're gonna unbolt the sway bar and drop everything down. So now we're gonna focus on the other side of the subframe. As you can see, we're gonna have to drop this front brace, which mounts to the 2 main subframe bolts, and it has a couple of bolts around the body of the car. We're gonna remove it to access the 2 front differential bushings. We removed this metal shield to access the main subframe bolt and the 2 13mm bolts. Now using a 16mm, there are 4 bolts that we need to remove, 2 on each side. Now that we removed the 16mm bolts, we're gonna remove the 13mm bolts that were under the metal shield. There are 4 13mm bolts, 2 on each side also. Now we're gonna remove the E12 bolts that we have on the side skirt area, 1 on each side. Now we're gonna remove this metal bar and go do the other side. Here we have the 2 subframe bolts that we're gonna remove to access the bushings. Now the subframe is gonna drop slightly from the front, so make sure you put a jack under it to hold it. And pay attention to the metal washers that are above the subframe. After removing the bolts, we can drop the subframe brace. And now we have access to the 2 front worn out bushings. And now we're gonna start removing the 2 18mm bolts that hold the differential to the front bushings. Make sure to have a jack supporting the weight of the differential. Now we can pull the 21mm bolt that we left earlier and start dropping it down. I'm gonna remove the differential and pull it out of the way. Here we have two pieces of all thread, one that matches the rear bolt and one that matches the two smaller ones. We're gonna cut them to size and use them to remove the bushings. We're gonna be using some big sockets to press the bushings out and in. Using the all thread and some washers, we're gonna use these sockets, one as a pusher and one as a receiver. Here we have the new differential bushing. We're gonna use it for demonstration. As you can see, it goes in the receiver socket and it matches the outer diameter of the pusher socket. We're also gonna use these two smaller sockets for the smaller bushings. Now we're gonna cut the all threads to the length that we need. As you can see, as we tighten one knot, the pusher socket is gonna push on the bushing and the receiver is gonna receive it in. Make sure to grease the all thread so it lasts and won't strip. Here is our DIY bushing puller. As you can see, we're gonna tighten one end while holding the other. This will shorten the length of the bolt or the all thread and forcing the bushing out. Now we're gonna remove the bushing from the receiver socket. Now we're gonna do the same to the other side. And this is, guys, how to remove the old bushings. Now we're gonna do the same to the rear bushing using some bigger all thread and some bigger sockets. As you saw, we also heated the rear subframe where the bushing is to expand the metal and make it easier to remove. Unfortunately, the bushing collapsed on us. Considering the condition of it, it was to be expected. So now we're gonna cut the inner metal piece of it. As you can see, we're gonna make a slot in it using a hand saw. And just like that, we relieved the stress of it, and now we can remove it with a screwdriver. We're gonna put a screwdriver or a chisel in it, pound on it with a hammer and pull it out. This way we removed it easily. As you can see, here we have the old bushing. We cut it out in order to remove it with a screwdriver after it collapsed on us while we were removing it with the puller. And here we have the new bushing that we're going to be replacing it with. Make sure when you're installing it to place the beveled edge towards the left side of the car. Here we have one of the old small bushings side by side with the new one. As you can see, this one is cracked and this is the brand new one. We're gonna start by installing the small bushings first. We're gonna loop them up for ease of installation. Then we're gonna press them in using the same method. We're gonna keep pressing them in until it's set flush with the subframe. A quick note is that to make sure that the side where the metal sleeve extends out of the bushing needs to be facing the differential and not the front of the car. And just like that, we pressed in the new two bushings. Now it's time to install the other bushing. Make sure that the sleeve is horizontal and to install it where the beveled edge is towards the left side of the car. This big dot needs to be facing forward of the car. The side where the metal sleeve extends out of the bushing needs to face the differential. We're gonna loop the bushing up and heat the subframe in order to press it in easily. Making sure we put it in the right orientation, then we're gonna start pressing it in. We're gonna use the same method, using two big sockets to press it in. We made sure we heated up the subframe prior to installing the bushing in order to expand it and make it easier. All we have to do now is tighten the nuts until it slips in perfectly. And just like that, we got the new bushing installed. And as you can see, the side where it extends out needs to be towards the differential side. Now we're gonna start by assembling the car back together. We're gonna start by installing the differential. I'm gonna use a jack to help lift it into place. Gonna work it around until it sits in the subframe where it needs to be. Make sure you keep the weight of the differential on the jack while you install the bolts so you don't stress out each bushing. We're gonna start by installing the axle shaft because it's easier to reach them when the differential is dropped. We're gonna line the axle bolts with the holes on the stop shafts, then start tightening them up. Now we're gonna install and tighten both axle shafts. Now we're gonna install the subframe back in its place with the brace, but we're gonna make sure to put the washer right where it needs to be. Now we're gonna start setting the brace in its place. We're gonna just set the bolts in their place with a couple of threads. We're not gonna lift the subframe in its place using the bolts, rather we're gonna lift it up with the jack, then tighten the bolts. Now we're gonna bring the floor jack and jack the subframe into place. Then we're gonna tighten the bolts that hold the subframe and the brace in place. Now we're gonna tighten the differential bolt. Then we're gonna raise the sway bar into place and install the bolts. Now we're gonna reinstall the spare tire hanger back in its place. Tighten the 3 bolts and it's installed. Now we're gonna reinstall the spare tire. Then lift the holder up and tighten it in place. And just like that, we got the spare tire up and out of the way. We're gonna install the drive shaft back in its place, bolting it to the differential and to the transfer case along with the center support bearing. We're gonna use the transmission to keep the differential from spinning around while we torque down the bolts. Then we install the heat shield back in its place and start sliding the exhaust back into position. Once we have it in place, we're gonna lift it up and start installing the hangers and installing the flange. With that done, we've reached the end of today's video. We showed you how to replace the rear differential bushings without using any special tools. Hopefully you enjoyed watching the video and learned a couple of stuff along the way. If you did, make sure to subscribe to our channel, like the video and leave a comment down below. See you on the next one. Peace.